Congratulations, graduates of Holy Rosary Academy 2020. Not quite what you're expecting. And in case you decide to look back on this video from some far off time in the future, here is the current state of the world. Coronavirus. Zoom is now a verb for online conferencing. The price for a barrel of oil reached negative. Murder hornets. Social distancing is the norm. We have toilet paper hoarders. We have beef shortages. We have the suspension of public masses. Face masks can be fashionable. And Baby Yoda rules the interwebs with his toddler iron green three-fingered fist. And we're not even halfway through this calendar year. Now, I graduated high school in the year 2000. Back during my high school years, the following were supposed to be considered cool. Using the word bad to mean good. We had Pogs, we had Power Rangers, something called Total Request Live. It was before YouTube. And whether or not you could name all the Pokemon. All 151 of them. Now, the definition of cool in 2015-16, when I had you as my students, whether or not you could flip a water bottle with a little bit of water in it and make it land upright again, I always thought that was strange. Good old fidget spinners, and you knew that whatever world problem would prevent itself, you knew that Harambe could have fixed it. But alas, he was taken away from us too soon. I'd like to share with you the letter sent to me in early January from your principal. Dear Father Manzano, the seniors fondly remember you as their algebra teacher. In their request, they warmly recounted the colorful cubes you used to teach probability and enthusiastically described your frequent queries of the peanut gallery. As testimony to your caring nature, they reminisced about the morning of finals week when you cooked them breakfast, ensuring their preparedness for testing. These shared, memorable experiences demonstrate your love and concern for the students. We would be honored to have you address them on their celebratory graduation day. I smiled. I laughed. I may have even shed a tear, keyword may. And then I opened up my calendar. I cleared my third week of May. How humbling it was to be remembered. But then something unexpected happened. The world crawled to a near still, and we are just now revving up the engines once again. And so I address you through a pre-recorded video, which is but a shadow to the actual graduation ceremonies, which current shelter-in-place policies do not allow me to attend in person. So I started thinking and sketching out an outline of what I, your algebra teacher from freshman year, could possibly impress upon you as you begin adulthood. I've reduced it, I've simplified it to its most common terms. The first, combine like terms. That is, get organized, be organized. 5 minutes of preparation in any project that you undertake is worth hours, days even, for the future. If you have a set structure that you can rely upon, that you know of, you'll save so much time, not just for yourself, but for other people who are working on that same project. So simple, combine like terms. And the second, don't follow your heart. Yes, that's what I said. Don't follow your heart. One of the worst pieces of advice that's out there, one of the most unhelpful cliches, and you'll be tempted to do it since it has been repeated over and over again. Nope. Red flag, don't do it. Pause. Check yourself. Don't follow your heart. But why? Isn't our heart important? Isn't our heart and our desires a good thing? How can following your heart be bad? It's an important philosophical principle and a basic fact of our moral lives that we always do and desire things because in one way or another they appear good to us. The will is ordered to that which is good. The intellect is ordered to that which is true. Think of them as two antennae that are always pinging, always searching for the good and the true. And our heart, which represents our desires, is hardwired for those things. That is, wherever and whatever we discern to be good and true, we're going to move towards it. We're going to find a way to possess it, to have it, to actualize it. But you have to test its worth. Ask yourself objectively, is it good? Let's take some historical examples. In 1957 in Little Rock, Arkansas, the men and women who protested the racial desegregation of the high schools tried to prevent 9 African American students from going to class. And could we not say that they did this, those protesters did this because it appeared good to them? In their estimation, it was a good thing to maintain segregation. They were following their hearts, no? At the time it felt right, but what of the consequences? And can we not say that in the 1930s, 1940s of Germany, when young men gladly volunteered to fight for the Reich, that they did so because it appeared to them good? They followed their hearts, did they not? In the moment, perhaps even inspired by their fellow peers, it felt right. But the objectives of the Reich? Nope, no thank you. Or a more fitting example, one you probably have a actual lived experience of. This hot sauce is tasty. I'll have some more. This hot sauce is really good. I'll have even more. And it's only after the fact that you can say to yourself, I have chosen poorly. And if you didn't get the point, I'll be more blunt. Hot going in, hot going out. Now, I hope you laughed at that. I'm talking to a lens and a camera. I don't know where you all are seated. I have no hope for making visual eye contact with each one of you. No way to gauge how that bit of humor was received. Of course, I had hoped to deliver these words in person. Back to my words of exhortation. Even Jesus Christ in Scripture warns us that we should not follow our hearts, because he says, from within people, from their hearts come evil thoughts, unchastity, theft, murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, licentiousness, envy, blasphemy, arrogance, folly. All these evils come from within, and they defile. And so our challenge is not to follow our hearts, but rather to lead our hearts, to train our hearts, to guide our hearts, to seek not only what appears good, what appears true, but actually what is good, what is true. Even good things have their healthy limits, and we can always enjoy them in moderation. It's not just the immediate moment that matters, but also all that follows. Dear graduates, you are on the eve of a new world. If you haven't done so yet, you are soon to start flexing the muscles of your independence. And I think every teacher, and with confidence, I'm sure this is true of all your past teachers at Holy Rosary, we've tried our best to equip you with the skills of how to think. Not just to know something is good, but why something is good. To discern whether or not something is even worth your time, worth your energy, worth your resources, worth your life. And remember that there are false goods out there. There are evils that we can choose and engage in, to which we can wholeheartedly pursue because at the time they offer some pleasure, because the benefits they promise, because of the uptick in likes or bump in social status that we'll get. And you're human beings. You'll probably stumble into a few of them. You will err. As your priest, I can't give you absolution virtually, nor can I offer absolution for future sins yet to be committed. That's called presumption. Don't do that. I can only urge you to stay close to the sacraments. Besides, we all need a booster shot of grace once in a while. And if you find that whatever you end up doing, and for however long you've been doing it, somehow it leaves you frustrated, leaves you cold, it's clearly not something which helps you grow in charity. You're not increasing in love for God, love of your neighbor. Then, well, reroll. And lead your heart to something better. Best of everything to you. May the Lord bring to a happy fulfillment all that you endeavor to do. My time at Holy Rosary Academy was short in comparison to yours. I do look upon my time there and I have happy, happy memories. I hope yours are as well. God bless you all.